Please be seated. Ka mihi nui ki a tātou katoa. In the name of the University of Otago, I, Royden Somerville, Chancellor, warmly welcome distinguished guests, members, graduands, and friends of the University to this May graduation ceremony. I wish to acknowledge the Mayor of Dunedin, His Worship Aaron Hawkins, who is a proud graduate of the University. We're all very conscious of how marvellous it is to congregate in this splendid town hall after the challenges of last year, when all our public graduation ceremonies were cancelled. To you who are about to graduate or to receive your diplomas, thank you for choosing the University of Otago. It is Aotearoa New Zealand's first university, with a rich history spanning over 151 years and a fine reputation as a prestigious, world-class public university. And thank you also for electing to be here in person. This allows others to share in celebrating your success, including your family and friends, and the academic and professional staff who have helped you during your studies. This is a transformative time for you. Your success affords us great optimism and hope for the future. I now call on Professor Broughton to give a formal Maori speech of welcome.
He aha te mea nui o te au, mākua ki ake, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. What is the most important thing in the world? I will say it is people, it is people, it is people. Ti hei mauri ora, behold the breath of life. Te whare wānanga o Otago, te marae kei waho tēnā korua. To this House of Learning, the University of Otago, and the Forum of the University, greetings. I ngā mate I runga I o tātou marae, haere koutou, haere koutou, haere koutou. We acknowledge all those who have gone before. I te rangatira o Otipoti, the late Worship Mayor, Mr. Dave Cole, haere, haere, haere. Haere ki te mātua I te rangi. Nō reira, haere, haere, haere. Te hunga ora tēnā koutou. E te kanohi o te whare wānanga o Otago, Chancellor, tēnā koe. E te tumuaki tuarua, Pro-Chancellor, tēnā koe. E te tumuaki Vice-Chancellor, tēnā koe. E te rangatira o Otipoti, Your Worship the Mayor, tēnā koe. E ngā mema o te kaunihira te whare wānanga o Otago, members of the University Council, tēnā koutou. E te kai kōrero I tēnei rā, Professor Sonia Tiernan, tēnā koe. Greetings to you, Professor Tiernan, our speaker for today. I ngā ahorangi Pumo, Emeritus Professors, tēnā korua. I ngā manukura Deans, I ngā ahorangi Professors, I ngā kaimahi colleagues, tēnā koutou katoa. Greetings to you all. Kei te tūahau ki te mihi whakatau ki a koutou mo te whare wānanga o Otago ki te reo o ngā runanga o Ngaitahu o Tēnei Rohe, ko Otago, ko Hurapa, ko Moeraki. I stand to greet you today on behalf of the University of Otago with the voice of the Ngaitahu people of this place, the people of Otago, Hurapa and Moeraki. Whakatau mai, whakatau mai, whakatau mai rā. I ngā manuhiri tuarangi, ku tae mai nei ki tēnei hui whakapotai, hara mai, no mai. And to the many visitors and friends who have come for this graduation ceremony, welcome. Nō reira, ngā iwi o ngā haue whā, so all those who have gathered from the four winds, nō te tai Tokoro from the north, nō te tai Rāwhiti from the east, nō te Hauru from the west, and nō te tai Tonga Hoki, and from here in the south, hara mai, no mai, welcome. Ngā waka o te motu, ngā whānau, ngā hapu, ngā iwi katoa tēnā koutou. I ngā tangata katoa no te moana nui a Kiwa, and to the people from across the Pacific, ta lofa lava, ma loilele, nisam bula vanaka, kia orana, I orana, aloha. I ngā whakatimuru hou o Paitahi, ka nui ngā mihi mō koutou katoa. And to our new generation of graduates and diplomats, greetings to you. I ngā koro waifero, and to our PhD graduates, tēnā hoki koutou. I ngā paitahi katoa kua huhu mai nei I tēnei rā, mō tēnei whiwhi tohu mātauranga, te rā nui mō koutou me tō whānau hoki. So greetings to you gathered here today for this graduation, a special day for you and for all your families. Through your own hard work and achievements, you have created new opportunities, horizons and choices as you proceed from here to engage in your chosen career paths, vocations and professions. And to the many friends and family who have gathered here today, you have sent your young people to us as students, whose lives are forever enriched by this wonderful and unique experience that is forever Otago! Yes. And so today we proudly present them back to you as graduates and diplomats of Te Whare Wānanga o Otago, the University of Otago. Nō reira, inga mana inga reo rauranga tira mā, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa, kia ora.
Thank you, Professor Broughton. The first verse of the New Zealand National Anthem will now be sung, first in Maori and then in English. The words are printed inside the back cover of the graduation booklet. Please stand. Please be seated. By the authority of the University of Otago, I, Royden John Somerville, Chancellor, will now confer degrees and award diplomas of the University upon those declared qualified to receive them by the Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellors and Deans concerned, and on those listed in the programme but not present. The Acting Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Ruhola Askaribigdili. Hayuna Cho. Jinyi Louisa Cho. Jan Gibson. Claire Louise McIndoe. Ifeanyi Glory Ndukwe. Marie Mihiri Nisanka. April Marie Salshert. Maya Ingrid Whitaker. Kunyu Yan.
From now on, graduands will be crossing the stage mainly in small groups. Please delay your applause until after the last name in each group has been announced. Thank you. The Pro Vice-Chancellor, Division of Humanities.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Arts and for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Clinical Psychology, Laura Ann Gilkison, Millicent Grace Liddell. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Arts, Shannon Irene Blanche, Charlotte Mary Alice Bruce Kells, and Beth Chapman. Anna Lee Hawkes, Alana Marie Kelly. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Arts coursework, Caroline Ruth Tangney Marathi. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Ariana Christabel Yvonne Bray, George Patrick Fitzgerald, Madeline Esther Stace Hayward. Samuel John McComb, Hannah Grace MacDonald. Neve Jean Sunich, Patrick Kevin Whiteman. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Music, Claudia Grace Cook. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Science, Nicole Amy Gemma Jackson and Oliver Joseph Luthart. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Finn Carlin Gadsby. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Tom Berkman, Cassie Erin Daly, and Samantha Marohia Pakipaki Utiera. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts and for the award of the Diploma for Graduates, Casey Miller Brown and Hamish George Palmer. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Claire Elizabeth Allen, Georgia Mackenzie Bardell, and Charlotte Ruby Brewer. Phoebe Elizabeth Bendel Brown, Chandra Carla Budathoki, Grace Sophie Cameron. Quinn David Swain Campbell, Abigail Lily Carpenter, Antonia Cathcart. Kaylin Graham Church, Alice Constance Craig, Ella Cumming. Kelly Ann Valerie Cumming, Poppy Heather Edith Donaldson, Bethan Alicia Dunstan Leach. Oliver Toby Eden Mann, Cameron George Ellis, Caitlin Jane Farley. Melaseni Ongohe Vahafasi. Emily Anna Gibson, Toby James William Goodwin. Matthew James DeVere Gordon, Chaya Poonam Govind, and Pareado Irena Graham. Kia ora. Edwin John Grant, Francesca Maria Scanlon Hayes, Cassandra Lauren Henderson. Emily Jade Hedemir, Phoebe Rose Hinton, and Zoe Ann Mortelia Humphrey. Latham John Hunt, Bibi May James, Sophie Elizabeth Rose Jenner. Amy Judith Knight, Millie Jane Langston, Rebecca Mary Latter. Ashley Nicole Laverty, Eva Rose Lay, Letitia Desiree Lee. Sophie Gabriella Hannah McIntyre, Jamie Rose Mackenzie, Claire Nicola Manley. Georgia May Elspeth Marston, Charlie Francis Warren McCracken, Grace Marie McKee Cagney. Josephine Erica Devi Mitchner Konigsdorfer, Molly Barron Miller, Imogen Judith Norling. Leader Elise Harms Norris, Mera Malachi May O'Connor, Katie Marie Ollerenshaw. Brianna Martin Palin, Greer Elizabeth Rose Patterson, Emily Kate Schofield Pears. Fraser Clark Purvis, Sarah Jean Ramsey, Michael James Reason. Te aroa hine po raurangi reo te koro. Olivia Kate Rose, Michaela Jane Christine Roswell. Kia ora. Renee Helen Sadlier, Harris Sharp. Jared Edward Solomon. Thomas Jack State, Hugh Lon Stronach. Isabel Rose Taylor Holmes, Jordan Stewart Tennant, Jeremy Alexander Thompson. Alice Emilian Todd Downing, Luke Callum Turner, John Richard Grant Vogel. Hayley Emma Vuletta, Nell McLeod Walker, Sydney Karen Waltham. Emily Louise Whitehead, Joseph Anthony Wilkinson, Callum Baxter Robert Withers. Tony Marie Wright and Cindy Sin Liao. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of International Studies, Sophia Ada Ponce de Leon Savasco. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Peace and Conflict Studies, Leisha Cohen and Megan Jessica Stewart Ward. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Planning, Dermot Alexander Quinn Fringley, and Joanne Ridwan Tan Schumann. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Politics and the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Sydney Clarice Sulingali Evans Tabata. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Music with Honours, James Fergus Monty Shaw, Mark Alexander Henry Wigglesworth. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Music, Francis Alice Christian Farrow, Matthew Joseph Pratt. Savannah Grace Stewart and Liam Jacob Wiley. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Social Work with Honours, Kate Winifred Glusina. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Social Work, Charlotte Ruby Brown, Jason Andrew Dungy. Kate Victoria Mates and Kimberly Allen Smith. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Theology, Rachel Mary Bates and Timothy Francis Moore O'Farrell. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Chaplaincy, Annabel Jane Hawkes.
The Acting Dean, School of Maori, Pacific and Indigenous Studies.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Indigenous Studies, Jade Higgin McCorn, Pania Margaret Tahoe Hodges, Ella Walsh.
The Dean of the College of Education.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Teaching and Learning and the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Sam Mitchell Bocock. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Teaching and Learning and the degree of Bachelor of Science, Luke Thomas Fraser, Kun Yep Lee. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Teaching and Learning and for the award of the Diploma for Graduates, Ashik Malani. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Teaching and Learning, Ainsley Christine Baxter, Phoebe Lillian Begg, Jacob James Bielski. Erta Berlin, Gemma Ann Bonney, Jamie Carol Callender. Noah Cooper, Anna Elizabeth Therese Davies. Rebecca Jane Dedricks Fox, Sarah Ruth Elmore, Taryn Ann Fahey. Brittany Rianne Fisher, Sarah Eileen Gain, Michaela Rose Garforth. Caradrin Grace Giddens, Anna Jane Gilchrist, Catherine Jean Graham. Alexandra Laura Rose Hyam, Sonia Isabel Blackmore Hill, Timothy John Hislop. Georgina Yolanda Cavalli, Kelly Elizabeth Kinghorn, Samantha Alexandra Knowles. Zara Pamela Lawler, Callum John George McLeod, Daniel Lewis Maloney. Caleb James Mitchell, Rachel Marie Morgan, Phoebe Tippett Morrison. Amberly Frances Joy O'Hagan, Maria Claire O'Kell, Travis Luke Eldhoff. David James Paul, Jenna Lee Elizabeth Pfeiffer, Matthew John Pearson. Hannah Alice Potter, Dominic James Schumacher, Susanna Miranda Sabrina Schwartz. Stephanie Rose Scobie, Shannon Brooke Seal, Daniel Craig Smart. Natasha Snigarev Smilly, Phoebe Steele Smith, Esther Marantha Annabelle Fayolauga Motopo Sushun Nosa. Darby Ellie Stevens, Ella K. Stewart, Ellen K. Stewart, Alex Norman Stewart. Claire Maureen Sullivan, Emily Margaret Talbot, Wee Ai Tai. Nadine Hope Terry, Hannah Rachel Twigg, Amina Mohammed Hussein Valabai. Sophie Marie Watson, Shannon Jean White, Dion Thomas Willocks. Andrew Robert Wilson, Caitlin Bridget Windrus, Alisa Dimfma Wynn. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Georgina Hannah Rose Chapman, Zachary James Robert Mitchell Colley. Emily Brooke Tennant, Thomas Michael Trevelyan. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Education and Learning, Natalie Marie Lanfear, Allison K. Orchard.
The Acting Dean of the Faculty of Law.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honours and the degree of Bachelor of Science, William James Mackenzie, Liberty Grace Ockball. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Laws and the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Mackenzie Nancy Adams, Annalise Sarah Cowie, Julius Nikolai Friher von Ferks. Samuel Edward Harrison, Noah Piripi Kemp. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Laws and the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Emma Grace Beggs. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Commerce, Charles Alexander Robert Darling, Douglas James Eddy, Ernest Ian Ford. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Christian Frederick Manti, Shona Michelle Squires, Maya Hill Takashi.
The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Science Communication, Alexander William Gilbert. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Xavier Thomas Purcell Toucher.
The Pro Vice Chancellor, Division of Commerce.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Joe Malcolm Ellison, John Philippe Ishmael Bayliss, and Nicholas George Hamilton Brown. Soraya Daphne Bungi Kruger, Lucy Rose Davidson, and Luke Alexander Davis Ray. Bradley Jackson Edwards and Thomas Andrew Ford. Samantha Jean Ellis Gaunt, Jordan Kerry Gunn, and Anna Pearl McCorn. Liam Patrick McFall, Caleb Joseph Nicole Healy, and Laura Ann O'Brien. Charles Maxwell Tomlinson, Andrew John Tweed, and Casper Angel von Noppen. Samuel Case Eric Wire, and Jan Peterson Peyton Wanda. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Business Administration, Rachel Courtney Bird, Christopher Martin Dowman, and Rafiq Zahir Youssef Hanna. Thomas Stephen Imperato, Kamal Pramil Nash, and Russell James Petrie. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Business Data Science, Deepak Kumar Gupta and Sanjeet Singh. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Finance and the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Andrew Elliott William Black. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Finance, Thomas James Lindsay, Catherine Lucy Scott, and Jack Michael Westbury Wynne. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of International Business, Kartik Kapoor. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Marketing, Henry Blair Gibbs. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Sustainable Business, Sequoia Grace Short. Kia ora. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Tourism, Richa Manoj Bird and Weiha Lu.
the Dean of the Otago Medical School.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Public Health, Linda Shirley Buxton.
The Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Division of Humanities.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Science, Jessie Elizabeth Roberts Blythe, Jeremiah Dennis No Campbell, Sophia Ruth Carter Peters. Oscar Frederick Eves, Lydia Abbey Ford, and James Alexander Topping. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Chaplaincy, Lisa Ann Barlow. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the award of the Diploma for Graduates, Philippa Mary Duffy, Fala Vienna Losi Lea Lani Faiva, Gayani Githika Rupasinghe.
The University of Otago has a long and proud tradition of teaching music, and the School of Performing Arts contributes much to the intellectual and cultural life of the city. Today's performers, baritone Scott Bezette and soprano Rhiannon Cooper, are master's students in classical voice and have both appeared in many productions in the city and in the university concert series. They are accompanied by Terence Dennis, Blair Professor of Music at the University of Otago, who has long been regarded as one of the country's most noted musicians. Professor Dennis has accompanied Dame Kiri Te Kānua in over 50 concerts throughout the world. Today they perform the duet All I Ask of You from Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. It is with great pleasure that I invite them to perform.
Of darkness, forget these wide-eyed fears. I'm here, nothing can harm you. My words will warm and calm you. Let me be your freedom. Let daylight dry your tears. I'm here, with you, beside you, to guard you and to guide you.
Talk of That's all I ask of you.
Let me be your shelter. Let me be your light. You're safe. No one will find you. Your fears are far behind you.
All I want is freedom, a world with no more night, and you always beside me to hold me and to guide me.
Then say you'll share with me one love, one lifetime. Let me lead you from your solitude. Say you need me with you here beside you. Anywhere you go, let me go too. Christine, that's all I ask of you.
You'll share with me one love, one lifetime. Say the word and I will follow you.
Share each day with me, each night, each morning.
Say you love me.
Oh, I do love me. That's all I ask of you. Thank you very much for that wonderful performance. In 2005, the Eamon Cleary Chair in Irish Studies was established at the University of Otago in recognition of the rich scholarship involving Irish history, literature and culture. The current holder of the chair is Professor Sonia Tiernan. Originally from Dublin, Professor Tiernan graduated from the University College Dublin and was awarded a Government of Ireland postdoctoral fellowship, which she completed at Trinity College Dublin. She joined the University of Otago in 2019 and is co-director of the Centre for Irish and Scottish Studies. Professor Tiernan's research interests are principally modern Irish history with a focus on social and gender politics. She has published widely in these areas. Her most recent research is the study Irish in Aotearoa, mapping the Irish community and people of Irish heritage in New Zealand, which was funded by the Irish Department of Foreign Affairs. This is the first contemporary national project which aims to record the number of Irish-born people and people of Irish heritage and with an affinity for Ireland living in New Zealand. It is a very impressive study. It gives me great pleasure to invite Professor Sonia Tiernan to deliver today's graduation address.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, colleagues, graduates, family, and friends. In the words of the great Irish poet Seamus Heaney, who was much quoted in the American presidential election last year, I strive for what Heaney intended when addressing students at Harvard University. I rise to the occasion and not disgrace my art or nation. For this indeed is a notable occasion, and I am deeply honoured to have the privilege to address you today. When considering what I could say that may have a lasting impact on you, a task not to be taken lightly, I reflected back to my own graduation, which was 13 years ago, and I have to admit, I don't remember the graduation speeches. So I thought instead, what would I like to have known that day? I was the first member of my family to go to university, and graduation with a PhD was certainly a new experience for us all. I made sure to get extra tickets and brought my parents, my brother, my grandmother, and they were exceptionally proud, as I know all of your family, friends, and colleagues are of you today. But it was years before I appreciated exactly why they were so proud, when I overheard my parents boasting to their friends. They didn't mention what I studied, how I did in my exams, or what my dissertation focused on. As a family from a strong working class heritage, they're proud of how I navigated the path to graduate. I returned to further education as a mature student through an outreach programme run by University College Dublin. I initially went to lectures in the evening after a full day's work, running my own small cafe. So of course I struggled to pay bills and to manage time, but I did manage and continued with postgraduate studies through a scholarship scheme, and this is what my parents remain proud of today. The challenges I overcame are what I had forgotten by the day of my graduation. While I sat in a hall, not as decadent as this one, it has to be said, my thoughts were on my future, where I would go next, not on how I had got to that place. I was in a rush to move to the next stage without taking time to fully appreciate what I accomplished. This is what I would like you to take away from today, an appreciation of what you have accomplished and how you got to this place. For you will all have faced challenges in pursuit of your degrees. The path to graduating is not an easy one. Challenges come in all shapes and forms. Some of you will have experienced financial difficulties, struggled balancing family commitments, encountered health issues, work conflicts, and for many people, experiencing self-doubt in their own abilities. You, as a graduating class this year, faced extra challenges with the outbreak of a global pandemic. You adjusted to a different way of study, often working in cramped conditions, shifting to online lectures and exams, Zoom supervisory meetings, and navigating new ways to access research, all the time with uncertainty in the background, concern for family perhaps in other countries or for the future. But you all rose to overcome these challenges, and now you sit here triumphant. You are among only a small number of graduating classes from across the globe that can safely come together with your peers, family, friends, and lecturers to celebrate in this way. This is a challenge that you overcame as part of a much bigger team across New Zealand, as Prime Minister Ardern calls Team 5 Million. Everyone in this room and many more of your loved ones beyond these walls commend you. But it is vital to remember and to appreciate that you did overcome these challenges, because life is full of challenge. And this is not a bad thing. This is not a warning. This is what makes life and living exciting. When you face challenges in whatever path you next take, remember what you have already achieved and always be mindful that others are facing their own challenges. While I sat at my graduation, I did not dream that one day I would be standing here speaking to you on this occasion. When I was offered this position, myself and my wife Charlotte embraced the opportunity to travel to the other side of the world just less than 2 years ago. It was a challenge, but one that was proved to be worth taking. The opportunity to live in this country and research and teach Irish studies at the University of Otago was an extraordinary one. and highlights the way that education can offer us new opportunities and how education has the power to bring communities and countries closer together. New Zealand and Ireland have extraordinary connections, and part of my work is to highlight our collaborations, which is particularly important during this continuing global crisis. The importance of our connected histories can be seen here today with the singing of the New Zealand national anthem, for that song was written by Irishman Thomas Bracken. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Professor Tony Ballantyne has researched his extraordinary life. Bracken was orphaned at a young age and sent to family in Australia, where he was put to work. He emigrated to New Zealand in 1869, settling in Dunedin. He became a journalist, a politician, and a poet of some distinction, often writing under the most Irish of pseudonyms, Paddy Murphy. In 1876, his 5-stanza poem, God Defend New Zealand, was set to music and first sung on Christmas night at a concert in Queen's Theatre here in Dunedin. Bracken undoubtedly faced many harsh challenges, and circumstance led him to this place where he excelled and forever left his mark on this great nation. But my work has led me to research the contemporary position of the Irish in New Zealand, and the findings were published with a foreword by the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins. And this foreword highlights the value of academic scholarship, which has the power to enhance cooperation between our two small nations at this difficult time. President Higgins notes the strong collaborations between New Zealand and Ireland and advises how new and ongoing challenges must now be addressed, drawing on the best of the new, morally engaged scholarship that values social cohesion and places ethics at its core. As we continue to emerge from this pandemic crisis, rebuilding shattered lives, societies, and economies, we are doing so ever more mindful of our interconnectedness and our interdependence, a point of wisdom spelled out in the phrases of our respective native languages, Er Ska Akela Awaran Nadina, Hewake Iki Noa. This new morally engaged scholarship that President Higgins holds so dear is now in your hands. It would be remiss of me to end without quoting from another great Irish poet, and there are many to choose from. But I would like to use the words of one of my favourites, for he is not only the President of Ireland, but Michael D. Higgins is also a fine poet. When Ireland was forced into lockdown in March last year, President Higgins made a national address when he read one of his poems titled Take Care, which I hope encompasses my message to you today. In the journey to the light, the dark moments should not threaten. Belief requires that you hold steady. Bend, if you will, with the wind. The tree is your teacher, roots at once more firm from experience in the soil made fragile. Your gentle dew will come, and a stirring of power to go on towards the space of sharing. Gurav Mila Mahagwiv agus Cohorjas Olvor, thank you and a huge congratulations to you all.
Thank you very much, Professor Tiernan, for your engaging and moving graduation address. You have shared your story and touched on the reality of the many challenges that have arisen for today's graduates during the global pandemic. I know your words will have encouraged them to reflect on how they might continue to overcome challenges and how they might take advantage of collaborative opportunities which will come their way, both during their careers and their wider lives. Also, I wish to acknowledge and thank you for your significant engagement with the community as you share your scholarship and invaluable research results. The recent Luck of the Irish series has been an outstanding success and an example of an excellent outreach program. All the very best for your continuing work and leadership. Can you please join me once again in thanking our graduation speaker. I also wish to thank Acting Vice-Chancellor Professor Helen Nicholson and our academic and professional staff at all of our university's campuses throughout New Zealand for their outstanding contribution to ensuring our students benefit from the emancipatory power of an excellent university education. Thank you also to our staff for their tireless work during the COVID-19 pandemic, ensuring that the university continues to maintain its teaching, research and outreach programs. The University Council is very conscious of the empathetic and collegial way that all staff have supported our students and their colleagues during the alert levels. I invite you to join me in expressing our appreciation to our extraordinary staff. To you who have graduated or received diplomas, I offer the congratulations of the university on your new status, and I welcome you to its full and permanent membership. I charge you by the common bond that now unites us, henceforth to cherish the good name and reputation of the university, and to strive for the advancement of knowledge and the extension of understanding. I trust that in your different vocations, your lives may be fruitful of good to yourselves and to those among whom you live. On behalf of the University Council, I thank you all for sharing in this celebration, particularly those of you who have travelled long distances to be here, and I wish you a safe journey home. The academic anthem, Gaudiamus, will now be sung. The words are printed inside the back cover of the graduation booklet. Please stand for the anthem and remain standing as the academic procession retires.